ProVision Mentorship is one of several strategic focuses of ProVision Solutions Inc. I'm Jim Ewing, and mentorship can make a difference. This is one of several interviews with those who've experienced mentorship. Learn from their experiences. Then take a moment and share your experiences on our blog, ProVision Mentorship.
I've been doing this for some 13 years, ever since I retired. And over that time, I've had more than 100 different clients to work with. And in all kinds of industries: retail, wholesale, manufacturing, the IT industry, services. And I've been able to work with them in all these different areas. What happened was I started off with the Canadian Youth Business Foundation, and I read an article about the loans and the help that they were giving to businesses that were starting out for young entrepreneurs. And they needed mentors to support the program, and it was right at the inception of the mentorship program, CYBF. I'm actually one of the most senior mentors in the Canadian Youth Business Foundation program, because I've been doing it for some 12 years with them. So I've elected to call myself a mentor, though I do mentoring, coaching, and consulting.
What type of help can a mentor provide?
Usually I find that the business people I come in contact with, my clients, they're usually been in business, say, for 2 or 3 years or more, and they really understand their business, and they're good at it. But I bring another perspective, completely different perspective. I'll never know the business as well as they do, but what I do have to offer is a wealth of experience over a lifetime of living in corporations and small businesses and big, all kinds, and that exposure allows me to provide a different point of view, which they find very useful. And we have some really good exchanges, which we call brainstorming sessions. So when an idea comes up, we can really dig into it from all kinds of angles, and that's what I think my clients find the most useful service that I can provide them with. That usually doesn't take place right at the beginning of an engagement. We do that sort of thing, sounding board, usually after a few months or even a year or two afterwards, when we trust each other very well, and we're completely open and frank and can tear into ideas and bring up new ideas, and it works. It's a very healthy process.
Talk with us about the development of the mentorship relationship.
At the beginning, a prospective client, is not really looking for a general mentor. He's got some problem that he needs to solve. He's either not selling enough, he can't break even, or he wants to grow and he's got some organizational issues to confront, and he happens to hear from a friend that's had a good relationship with me. So all my business comes from referrals. So we get in contact with another, thanks to some referral, either from a business associate of his or an association like your own that helps connect up or link up people to one another. And so I visit with them, and the initial stage is easy to just listen to what their problem is, and we start talking about it, and then we enter into solutions, or what needs to happen. Sometimes it needs a bit of a review to be able to understand what the business is doing and so forth. So pretty soon solutions start to emerge, and that's when trust starts to develop. They say, okay, this person knows what they're doing, they understand my business, and it just grows from there. And pretty soon one is working on other issues with the client, and the whole idea, of course, is to make it more profitable, or to grow, or do something positive like this. So I continue working, and as long as the business continues to improve and go upwards, I'm happy. And I continue to work with a client. And some clients I've worked with for 8, 9, 10 years, which is unusual in mentorship. Usually in a mentorship you work for a couple of years and then you've got to cut it off. But why would I give it up when we're having so much fun building the business? Now, where a status quo is achieved and the business reaches a plateau, and it's clear that the business person doesn't want to grow it any further or can't, then I think it's time to leave, and we sort of gently part company. Sometimes I will tell them, look, if you get this to happen, then we can resume growth, and then I'd be glad to carry on working with you. So it's difficult to say when a mentorship relationship finishes. It just continues while we're both enjoying each other's company, I think. I always enter into a contract with my client. It's a one-pager. And it very clearly says there that I will not collect a fee for my services, nor can I participate in the venture with an investment or anything like that. I may not have any fiduciary or financial responsibility or ownership in the company, or get any income from it. I don't need the money. I've retired. I'm very comfortable, thank you very much. So I can pursue my interest and not charge. However, I think it's necessary for a client to feel comfortable with the relationship and feel that there is a value to the relationship. I ask them, when the business is successful, I will come to you, I say, and ask you for a donation to a charitable organization. And in Calgary, there is the United Way, as you know. And United Way has published a list of the charities in their annual reports that they make donations to. And I've used that list, and I offer it to my clients, and they can make a contribution to the charity of their choice. And it's very important in the amount of their choice. In other words, it's discretionary. And I tell them I do not want to influence their thinking, and I do not. And some of them have come up with some pretty handsome donations, and I've been very glad to send on their check to the appointed charity.
Is it possible for a mentorship relationship to be mutually beneficial?
What I wish for in a protege or my clients, and I tell them this quite frankly right at the beginning, is that I'm in the business to help them make money, build up wealth, and have fun running their business. And that's what I aim for. And if they can get there, then I'm going to be very, very happy. It's called vicarious pleasure, if you will. Now, from my side, I get that pleasure. I also find that mentoring, I get involved with all these different businesses, and I find it fascinating to learn about these businesses and how they operate, and then contribute to their further improvement. For example, a lot of the times with my clients, I will do some initial market research to learn about the business, because it suits me to know about the business. And so I try and motivate my clients to do some market research on their own. But having done an initial market research of their business then by myself, then they got an example of what it is that they're meant to do. And one of the best things that can be done in marketing is to start with some good research, a good study of what the market is like, what the competition is doing, and what the customers want. All these sorts of things is part of market research, and it's a subject that I enjoy. So I get enjoyment out of that.
What final thoughts would you share with those considering entering into a mentorship relationship?
I've had a background, multifaceted background in finance, management of businesses. I've been in factories, I've been in production, I've been in wholesale operations, retail operations, all these different kinds of things. I've managed computer departments and so forth. So I've got a broad range of experiences, which is general. So then my service is offered as a generalist. And I enjoy being a generalist and talking about general issues with a company. Now, if somebody else wanted to get into the business, they have to look to themselves and what's inside them. What is it that they know? Are they a jack of all trades? Are they specialists? And if they are, they have certain fields that they're very, very good at. Concentrate on that field and offer themselves as mentors in that particular field. And there's always the opportunity to bring other colleagues into the picture. If it's a medium-sized business, they've got friends who are in other fields, they can come together. And it becomes even more enjoyable then, because they're participating with one another and sharing things with the entrepreneur. I'm strongly in favor of mentorship. Being a retired person myself, I think there's no better way to spend time than helping other people this way and giving back.
Now it's your turn to share your experience with mentorship. Visit our blog, Provision Mentorship. Make the investment in mentorship today for your success tomorrow.